It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 30th of September. I'm Michael Groff. What more could possibly be said? Record-breaking heat will continue for the week ahead, possibly into the weekend, although afternoon highs may trend down ever so slightly. They'll remain far above average and still likely challenging records. We hit 117 degrees on Saturday. That was a new all-time record for the month of September, and it was the second hottest temperature we had this summer. So it's on the 28th of September. It's just unbelievable what's going on. And there's really no let up in all of this. I don't think we're going to see 117 for the rest of the year. Knock on wood. But boy, oh boy, it's still going to be very hot. Now, we followed up that 117 on Saturday with this yesterday. 113 degrees was the afternoon high for your Sunday. That was a record high. 88 the morning low. That was a record warm low temperature. 96 and 73 are the averages for this time of year. And that makes it 66 days with a high temperature at or above 110 degrees here in the year 2024. And prior to 2020, the most ever 110-degree days we had had in a year was back in 2011 with 33. We've doubled that number now. Think about that. We've increased it really by 20% over last year. Just incredible, unbelievable. Again, out of superlatives to describe this weather pattern. It is unlike anything I have ever seen, and it's just going to continue. 127 total days with a high temperature at or above 100, and 12 days over 115 this year. Wow. All right, taking a look at the upper level weather pattern across the nation. Why is it hot? Well, high pressure is in control. We've got an area of low pressure, this little disturbance that's sitting there along the Southern California coast. And there is just enough moisture streaming in across the state for perhaps a high base thunderstorm, maybe a very light shower over the White Mountains, the higher terrain of eastern Arizona, maybe as close to us as southern Gila County. But even where those happen, I expect it would not really amount to anything meaningful. Maybe some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of lightning, and that's going to be about it. Here's the watch warning map. Wind advisories and fire weather watches and red flag warnings across the central and northern plain states. Yeah, it's not just us dealing with this heat and very dry weather. That extends through much of the west and across a good portion of the plain states. Now, here in Phoenix, we've got an excessive heat warning in effect, and that's all the way through Friday at 8 p.m., and it's possible that that could get extended even further because there's really no let-up in the heat expected. That includes Phoenix as well as much of southwest and west central Arizona up toward the Las Vegas Valley. Boy, it's incredible. All right, the convective outlook for today, the marginal risk of severe storms around Raleigh, North Carolina. You can see northern and eastern Arizona, parts of the state in the green there. There could be an isolated thunderstorm, maybe a clap of thunder someplace, but that's a pretty low-end threat. The tropics and the Atlantic, we have a few areas of concern on the board here. A few points of interest. Joyce, that system is almost off the board at this point. Just going to fizzle out. Got a new tropical storm out there. That's Kirk. And we've got an area of disturbed weather over the southwest Caribbean. And we have Isaac up in the North Atlantic, and that's almost out of here too. All right, so let's talk about Kirk. That's our newest tropical storm. This could become a major hurricane, but it's going to gain latitude. This should stay far away from land, and this will just be a fish storm. Got that area of disturbed weather that's coming up on the southwest Caribbean, and of course we have to watch that because that's where Helene developed. And not saying that that's what's going to happen with this system. There's a lot of possibilities as to where that will ultimately end up. Some modeling shows this developing and becoming a tropical system and moving into the Gulf, and where it goes from there, nobody knows. Other models don't develop it at all, and let's hope that that is the ultimate outcome. All right, in the Eastern Pacific, we do have the possibility for tropical development down there off the Mexican coast, but again, that should stay far away from us. We're not really going to watch that too carefully, but of course, just in case, we always want to check on what's going on out there in the Eastern Pacific. And the precipitation outlook, this is valid through Monday morning of next week. Random amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide, basically nothing. Over the next 7 days, we're just going to stay dry, not just here in Arizona, but really region-wide. There's just no sign of anything happening for us. The main storm track stays far to the north, as high pressure will remain the dominant feature. So let's get into the details of this weather pattern, and to do that, we will explore the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. 594 ridge off the west coast. Wow. Heights are just up, pushing over 99%, the 99th percentile of climatology. And so what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day, sunny and hot. Not quite as hot as yesterday, but highs will still be up around 106 to 110 for the hottest deserts. For tonight, clear skies, lows 70s to low 80s, maybe mid 80s in the urban core. And then tomorrow, sunny, hot, highs 107 to 111. If we do hit 111 tomorrow or anything over 110, it would be the first time ever we've had a high temperature at or above 110 in October. In fact, the October record, I do believe, is 107 degrees. So, yeah, we'll blow that out, I'm sure. If we don't do it there, we might do it on Wednesday, although temps might be a degree or two cooler, but still, we'll be flirting with 110. Forecast high right now, 104 to 108, but whatever, 108, 110, it's just going to be hot. Same thing Thursday. Friday, highs could be close to 110 here as high pressure just continues to sit right on top of us. And the only thing is there is this little upper low that could provide a shower or storm across central eastern Arizona, the higher terrain, at some point this afternoon and tomorrow, but that's going to be about it. We don't anticipate anything here in Phoenix. There's a couple of our ensemble members that try to introduce maybe a trace of rain for us or something, but I just don't see that happening. Again, maybe over the White Mountains, maybe even over southern Gila County, there could be a stray storm, but that's going to be about it. Going into the weekend, temperatures, again, might back off a couple of degrees as the upper heights fall slightly, but still with very low soil moisture, very dry air, we'll still see temperatures at or above 105 degrees even through the weekend. Latest guidance still has us pushing up toward about 105 to 108 here, and I see no sign of that changing. Same deal on Sunday. Dry conditions to continue. Now, with the dry air, overnight lows will continue to fall off a bit further. Most of us will be down in the 70s, especially by later this week and this weekend for our overnight lows, maybe right around 80 for the urban core. And then going to a week from today, this is Monday, the 7th of October, and guess what? Yeah, the weather pattern hasn't changed much. High pressure remains the dominant feature for much of the central plains and out here across the western United States. And so high temperatures are still going to be well above average, close to record highs on every single day, going out 10 days. This is Wednesday the 9th. And again, no real big changes. Upper heights, 585 to 588 decameters here across the southwest. The main storm track stays to the north. And this run of the GFS doesn't show any tropical action going on across the Gulf of Mexico. That's good news for Florida. That's good news for everybody, especially for what has really become a humanitarian crisis there across the mountains of western North Carolina, far east Tennessee, parts of Georgia. There's still people across Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, parts of South Carolina, East Tennessee that don't have power. Not only that, but in Asheville, North Carolina, the roads are all washed out. There's no way to get in or out by vehicle unless you're doing it by air. And so obviously there's a huge need for assistance there. And obviously there's been some. The military has been flying aircraft in there, and you've had just tons and tons of support, people trying to get up there. And I know the media coverage hasn't been great on that, mainly because the media can't get up there either. About the only way you're going to get up there is with a drone or by helicopter, and that's about it. And it's just been a nightmare for western North Carolina, East Tennessee. And so hopefully we don't see another tropical system develop out there across the Gulf. That's the last thing we need. Taking a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 14th of October. It's off the GFS ensemble. Not much here, really. Yeah, a few members, several members are trying to show a trace or a couple hundredths of an inch of rain at some point this week, early this week. But for the most part, we should stay dry. European ensemble shows nothing, really, for the next 2 weeks. And temperatures off the national blend of models, we keep it above average. How about that? It's got us at 110 degrees on Friday. 110 on Friday. October, still talking 110 degrees. Again, something I never thought I'd say. And we do see a downtrend in temperatures going out toward 10 days, but even at that, still way above average. We're keeping it in the triple digits. And hey, at some point, we're going to have to start thinking about that all-time record for the most 100-degree days in a year if this continues. And why not? It's 2024. We've broken almost every other heat record imaginable. Why not that one too? And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, click that thanks icon below the video, make a monetary contribution to us, or you can donate via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's GROFFshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, check her out. Check out everything Michelle related linked up down in the description below this here video on YouTube. And, of course, you can always check out our streaming station as well. It's available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX, playing a ton of music and having a lot of fun over there. Give that a listen as well. Again, linked up in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. And you guys have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Monday.